Alright, welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, gamers, purveyors of League of Legends, and all others who may be involved. We're back with patch notes. I'm naked, I'm cold, I just woke up, I'm hungry, I have food near me, but patch notes is more important. I need to bring you, the people, my lovely, shitty commentary and opinions on this patch. So, we're here. 0.5. How the time flies. Let's spring into it. It's not spring, is it? There's no way. When does spring start? March 20th. Okay, yeah, no, it's not spring yet, you fucking liars. First, the jungle. The mighty... Oh... Whatever that happens, I think of Shangri-La, that fucking song. Champs like Masti and Sejuani have been in a bit of a jam. Really? While champs like Udyr and Rammus have been on full tilt. I'm assuming that's too good. Rampaging around the map. It is. We're giving the former more of a sting and putting the brakes on the latter. AKA they're nerfing all the move speed. Hopefully. We're adding more rules to Jinso's Rage Blade, aka nerfing Senna, and providing clarification for its synergy with Senna, aka nerfing Senna. We're also helping Murmana out of its identity crisis with Essence Reaver by giving it more of a niche, aka hopefully making it better than Essence Reaver. So sharpen your stingers, buzz onto the rift, and make a beeline down mid and start inting. See you next patch. Okay, so I'm going to address the big elephant in the room right now with my mind. Next patch, they're introducing more Battle Academia skins, and obviously I'll go over this more next patch, but... they're giving another fucking legendary to Caitlyn. This is fucking bullshit. The skins this year have been absolute fucking wiener asshole, and it's ridiculous, and I'm upset. But anyway, new skins this patch. We have B-Maw and Yubi and B-Zahar. I generally like the B skins. They're more just like troll skins than anything else, you know, realistically. But I think they're a little cute. I definitely like B-Maw and Yubi. More Yubi than anything, because fucking, the name, Yubi. Fucking, so stupid. But anyway, that's cool. So anyway, down to the champion changes. So Udyr. I've seen Udyr in pro play, so he's probably getting nerfed. That's basically what it's boiling down to. Balancing of Udyr's steady power curve throughout the duration of a game by pecking down his early lane control. So, I already have an issue with this. His early lane control is not really that much of a problem. He's not that bad to lane against, so... they're only nerfing 10 damage, but 10 damage is something. This realistically probably does very little, but it's sad to see. Udyr is not a strong laner. He's a strong mid to late game. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. I've put nothing in my mouth yet. Gragas. Gragas is, in my opinion, pretty ass. I never see him. When I do see him, he just feeds. So they're probably going to buff him, hopefully damage-wise. Hopefully. Push back on the beefed-up top lane Gragas by increasing the ticket price of his barrels. So apparently, top lane Gragas is an issue. I've never seen it, though, but... the Q mana cost is definitely hurting him, for sure. Like, if I would go from 60 to 80, you're going to feel the change. It's exponential. Well, not really, but... think about it. Every time you Q, you're saving like 20 mana. Now, if you Q 4 times, you've wasted 60 mana more. And Gragas is known for his early mana, so... Jax. I don't think Jax is that strong. I think he's good. I think he's not bad. He is one-dimensional, very much like Trinamir and Udyr. And I think because he's so one-dimensional, it's okay for him to be a little strong because he's easily nerfed by CC and kiting. Maybe not so much as Udyr, but still, I think he deserves a buff. And he is getting a buff! Jacked up Jax packs, the fuck? The max attacks with Trinity. Try to say that? No. So, 3.3 to 4.25, this probably equates to like a little less than plus 18 base damage, which overall does help because more base damage equals more damage for Trinity, so, and Sheen. So overall, it's actually not that bad. I don't think it really helps him, but it does something, so. Karma! This bitch needs to be fucking cut out of the bot lane. I hate her. She spams too much and pokes too much. She does like everything well, but poking. Poking she does extremely well. She could shield, she could sort of heal, she could sort of engage, she could sort of CC, but she could poke. Goddamn, she could poke. So, I hope this bitch gets removed. I hope she gets nerfed. She's getting buffed, though, because apparently she's still not good, which I think quite the opposite. She's annoying. She's not good. She's annoying, though. That's what I think of Karma. The cooldown is going down by 1 second. You're definitely going to feel that. Holy shit. She's going to be spamming so much more. Oh, my God. Plus, on top of all the... Oh, God. What's it called now? It's not called cooldown. It's called, fuck. What's the new cooldown name? I don't remember. It's not... Is it spelled? No. It's like... I'm not... It's like right onto my tongue, but whatever. So, with all the CD you get, fucking... This is gonna be way less now. Kogmaw! So, Kogmaw, funny story, at some points in time used to be the Giga Carry late, and Riot loved to describe him as the Giga Carry late. Well, yeah, it turns out he can't Giga Carry anymore. It turns out he can't really do much of anything anymore. And the main reason is, on-hit sucks fucking wiener. The fact that on-hit scales off crit, and you don't really want to buy a lot of crit on Kogmaw with all the other items there are, like Wit's End, Blade of the Ruined King, maybe even Nashor's Tooth, your on-hit isn't really too strong, or at least doesn't scale as well as it did. And Rageblade gives you a lot less now, too. Kogmaw basically isn't that strong. Unless you're going up against a really tanky team, at that point, Vayne will do what he does, and better. So... I think Kogmaw's not that good at all, and he feels like ass too. Like unless you're really, really ahead, he feels like big ass. So I better see some significant buffs and give him a new passive, please. Once upon a time, when tanks and fighters only built armor, legendaries like Sunfire, Camper, Renduin's Omen, Kogmaw was much more able to dissolve defenses. To give him more of a payoff, we're amping up the zip in his spit. He can charge Bugle. Okay, so what are they doing? The bonus damage on the W of the target's max health, which this is the important part. Of all of Kogmaw's kit, this is the important part. This and the range aspect, but his W and how much damage it does. That's important. They're upping it by 1% late. And by late, I mean when you max W, which is sort of mid-game, kind of early. This is pretty okay. I mean... Think about it this, right? With Rageblade, you... Every 3 autos procs twice. So in 3 autos, you'll do 7, 14, and then another 14. So you'll do 28% of their max health as magic damage with 3 autos. On top of the auto damage. On top of the on-hit damage. I mean, it's okay. I guess it's okay. It's not as big as a buff as I wanted, but it's definitely alright. It's in the right direction. I think he needs a little bit more, though. Master Yi! Master Yi, in my opinion, is pretty weak. The fact that he has to build lethality, even though he's an assassin, is kind of contrary to what Master Yi has been doing for many years, which is either building crit, which is okay, I guess it builds with lethality, but mainly building on hit. And as I keep saying, on hit is hot garbage. So, what are they doing? Master Yi has found himself in a tough spot, putting the alpha in his strike. Let's see. Especially those more reliant on attack speed. Really? Huh. So the base damage of Wuju, aka the true damage, is going up by 2 early, which does nothing, and then 10 later, which does probably nothing. Actually, I don't want to say nothing. With the speed at which you attack, and I'm pretty sure that you scales, it probably helps out a little bit. I mean, you're doing 10 more damage, true damage, and all. And this doesn't really help at all, honestly. This looks like it sucks ass. Pyke! What do I think of Pyke? I think Pyke is fucking annoying. I don't think he's top tier anymore, but he's definitely up there. He's not bad. And I do see him a lot in pro play, so he's probably going to get nerfed. But I definitely think he's in a decent spot, if anything else. I think he's in a decent spot. Passive gray health storage decrease. That's good. They're nerfing him. Now adds lethality and increase... What? Huh? So, you're getting less gray health. So you're healing less, which is good. But... Huh? Oh, so they're making it scales better the more people are around you, and it scales off lethality. Oh. Or, like, this is so confusing. Is it giving him lethality? Or is it scaling off how much lethality he has? This is strange, but overall, I think this is a great change to nerf Pyke. Pyke needs to get nerfed. Good. Even though I think he was an okay spot, it's okay to nerf him a bit. He's on the stronger side, in my opinion. Once Pyke gets going, oh mama. The AD gets going and Pyke gets going. Qiyana. I haven't seen Qiyana nearly at all. Like, I can't remember the last time I saw Qiyana, and I don't think Qiyana's that good either. She's okay for, like, her ulti, like her big ult plays, but aside from that, she's kind of useless unless she's fed and she's going to one-shot the AD, but again, who can't? So, let's see what's happening. They're probably going to buff her. Qiyana's power tends to rely on early roams. That's probably true, because she does nothing in lane. This has shaped her to be an elite pick of choice, because pro players love roaming. Okay. To bring more opportunities for early, we're giving her more baseline scaling and encouraging an earlier W max. Interesting. I don't know what you max on her. I'm assuming it's Q. So W max, okay, well, it scales off AP. No wonder it's not getting used. It scales off AP. You're not building AP Qiyana. The base damage is going up by, like, a nonsense amount. I don't really know how much damage it does, but it looks like a nonsense amount. And the damage on the R is going up by 60 late, which is not bad. 30 early, or 30 mid, 0 early. Honestly, this probably does nothing for Qiyana. Useless. Rammus! So apparently Rammus is a problem, even though I don't think so. But, whatever. Let's see what they're doing. So, they say he's too durable, so they're lowering his health growth. That's fine. They're lowering it by 15, so let me get my handy-dandy calculator out of here. 15 times 18. So this is a difference of 270 health. I actually didn't think it was that much, but late game, you will be losing 270 health. That's quite significant in my opinion. Like, for Rammus who builds armor, that's like, I would say 3 to 4 autos from an AD. Like, you can tank 3 or 4 autos less. And then once you get armor pen, you really feel it. Like, I remember I was playing this game where I was, I believe, Jin or Jinx. I think I was Jinx. And I got armor pen, and I was shredding the fuck out of a Malphite. I was like, holy shit, armor pen matters. So, I think this is maybe a little overboard. Maybe they could have done it by 10 instead of 15, but I think Rammus will be fine, honestly. Because I've seen ADs literally kill themselves while autoing him, and it's hilarious. Still, like in this patch is what I'm talking about. It's recent. I saw this, aka yesterday. I saw Jinx auto herself to death by attacking Rammus. Rammus was literally on someone else, trying to club them to death with his spiky shell. And Jinx was like trying to peel the Rammus off of them for some reason, just autoing him, and she died. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? But anyway. So, Rel. What do I think of Rel? I think Rel sucks absolute ass, personally. Now, what does she bring to the table? In my opinion, a lackluster ulti that you could get out of, a Q that's kind of ass, an E that's okay. It's okay. It's basically like AoE Taric shit. And then the W is like the highlight of her kit. Now, is the W that good? It's an AoE slow knock up, and then a single target knock back, kind of? Knock behind you, I guess it's called. It's like, I don't think she's that good. I think there's way better engages that are tanky. Like, I don't think Rel is good at all, personally. I don't know why people are playing her. I saw in the pro scene, like, I started laughing because she wasn't really doing anything. But anyway. Rel is dominating the pro scene, so we're giving her opponents a fight chance by making her more vulnerable to harass. She already is vulnerable to harass. What the fuck? They're lowering her armor by 3, which is whatever, I guess. The cooldown of W is going up to 13 seconds. I already felt that shit was dumb long, too. And then the cooldown on the mount up is 13. Yeah, wow. I mean, they're not terrible nerfs, but I didn't think she needed a nerf. Like, she's not ridiculous. But then again, these nerfs aren't that bad either, so I think it's okay. I think she's fine. Samira. Oh, are they finally going to address the gutting they did to her? Let's see what they do. Base damage growth increased, Q damage ratio increased later. So still not earlier, later. Samira is struggling to keep up after her nerfs last patch. Yeah, she's never going to be played again, basically. So we're upping the Thrill Seeker's scaling, which isn't her issue. Her issue is not scaling, so that she can continue to slay when late game rolls around. Okay, let me describe this really simply, right? First, let's see the change. 2.3 times 18 is 41.4. 3 times 18 is 54. So you're gaining an extra 10 AD. That's nothing. Basically a 10 AD. The damage ratio on the Q. Early, it's so bad that her early is just a joke. A 500 range AD, with the only thing she could really farm with is her Q, which does not go through anything. It's blocked, and it does less than an auto. Look at someone who's similar to her, right? Look at Lucian. Lucian has a dash that could go any direction. Samira has a dash that she has to use to go in on an enemy. So already, Samira has less mobility and is worse than Lucian. Same range, which is why I'm comparing them. Lucian has a cool passive, Samira has a cool passive. Lucian's is more damage oriented, which means he does more damage in lane, which makes him more of a threat. Samira gets move speed. Wow. Samira's Q does less than an auto, it has decent range, but can be blocked and a single target. Lucian's Q has probably a shit ton range, I don't know exactly, but that shit's long. They buffed that shit recently too. His Q has a shit ton long range, and does a lot of damage, and sets up for his damage passive, and is AoE. So, I don't know what they're thinking was going to happen with what they did to Samira, but it's so bad. And the worst part is, the only thing that really matters with Samira late game, her autos don't really do damage. Unless maybe you're in melee, and then you have to be low, but her autos don't really do damage, and you're not going to be in melee form late game, hopefully, unless you're ulting. They nerfed the ulti damage. The main thing about Samira that they just need to buff is the ulti. Take away the stupid 8-second cooldown nonsense, and then make the ulti actually do damage. You could lower the lifesteal. She shouldn't be living if she's getting fucked. Well, she should be living somewhat, but like she shouldn't get one shot while using it. But the ulti needs to do more damage. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they nerfed it. Like, the whole point of Samira is to get the ult, go and wipe them. But Riot doesn't want us to do that for some reason. So, Samira will continue to stay ass. This really does basically nothing. It helps out the Q a little bit later, but it basically does nothing. So, this is stupid. And you're better off autoing because the Q crit modifier is ass anyway. Like, Samira is so bad. This is the thing I hate. They have fun ADs that come out and then they just become ass because they're fun and they're good. So, whatever. People love to complain. People love to complain when a carry character does their fucking job and doesn't need to be handheld and fed 10 fucking kills to actually be able to do it. So, people are just pissed. Anyway, Sejuani. What do I think of Sejuani? I think Sejuani is kind of ass. I don't know if I've seen her in pro play. I don't think I have, so maybe she'll get a buff. I don't know. I feel like the problem with Sejuani is her early clear, and her early game is just so ass. Later, she's good, but she just takes too much time to get going. So, Sejuani is be bristling in the new jungle. We're giving her and her boar extra juicy treat for hitting both parts of the W. Yeah, this does nothing, so this buff is almost nothing. Sejuani is still useless. Okay, Seraphine. I've heard that this is the best bot laner, an okay support, and okay mid. How the fuck is this going on? Like, I feel like Seraphine's ass. Passive subsequent note damage, decay removed, note damage from allies reduced, R cooldown increased. Seraphine's still all over our radars and radios, so we're softening the blow from notes coming from allies, so they don't want her in the bot lane at all. We're turning up the power on her own notes, so they want her mid. This way she can continue to be impactful on her own without over-amplifying through the strength of her fans. This is so stupid. Seraphine's so stupid. Seraphine's notes no longer decay and damage to non-minions. Okay. Notes from allies now deal 25% of the damage of Seraphine's notes. Okay. Including minions. Okay. And then the note damage is going up a lot. Holy shit. That's not bad. It makes Seraphine more self-reliant, which I like her that way anyway, because I'm going to play her support and not play support. But the cooldown of the R, which I already thought was kind of low, it's getting nerfed early, which is fine. Later it's the same. Yeah, this kind of does nothing. If anything, this is kind of a buff, so I don't know what they're doing. Shaco's fucking ass. What are they doing? He's been clowning around in the jungle, so we're adjusting accordingly. The base damage is going down of W, which I don't think that was an issue, but okay. Single target base damage is down. Jack in the Box deals an additional damage to them. So they basically want him out of the bot lane. This is good. Just get him out the bot lane. That's fine. Trundle. I think Trundle is very simple, like Tryndamere, yet again. He's one of the simpler characters. He's basically the tank buster, though. Like, if I had to describe them, right, I would say Jax is the all-rounder. Jax, like, can kill and can live, and can take out tanky people, and can assassinate ADs. Jax can pretty much do almost everything. Tryndamere is basically just good at split pushing and killing one person. And then Trundle is good at killing tanks. Or at least becoming tanky. But they're all in the simple category of champions. So, what are they doing in Trundle? I think Trundle, again, is very simple, so you can overbuff him to make him fun. And then when he's been fun for a while, you can kind of nerf him. So, I hope they buff him, because he's not that strong right now. We're helping the Troll King sink his teeth into the new season with a little extra bite. The Q cooldown's going down. That's pretty good. I don't remember if it scales, but even if it doesn't, 4 to 3.5 definitely feels okay. Doesn't really make him strong, but helps him out. Twitch! Oh boy, so I feel like Twitch is kind of weak. The only thing that's really fun about Twitch now is getting to late game, getting a nice ulti. That's about it. Maybe AP Twitch. AP Twitch is fun too. I actually didn't think I would like AP Twitch as much as I did, but they nerfed it, so I was a little sad about that. But anyway, AP Twitch isn't bad. Twitch AD isn't bad, but they keep buffing it, so I don't think it's the best AD. It's definitely on the bad side, but it's not horrible. Like, you're not trolling if you pick it. You're just kind of playing with your hand tied behind your back. But they keep buffing, so let's see what they're going to do now. AP Rat is strong. AD Rat feels wrong. Okay. So the damage ratio per stack, 3 AP to 2.5 AP. So they're nerfing AP Rat. And then the bonus damage on the R is giving you more AD by 5, which is nothing. But the duration is up by 1, which in my opinion is kind of huge. That's pretty good, honestly. Tiny buffs to his R, tiny nerf to his poison. I think both are still viable. AP Twitch is a little more worse, but not enough. And then AD Twitch is slightly better, but only when you're ulting. It's a give and take. Okay, Udyr. What are they doing to Udyr? If they're not going to nerf Udyr that bad, they have to nerf his items. There's no way. So let's see. Udyr. With the help of new items like Turbo Chem Tank, Udyr has been zooming around the jungle, which is basically his one weakness of he can't get to you if you kite him. So yeah, he's just going in and out of fights. Cool. So they're making him squishier, which is fine. So if he runs in and out, he can't always live. And then the Phoenix stance is getting nerfed by a lot late game. Jesus Christ. So not only do they want him to die quicker, they want him to do basically no damage. That's not bad. Honestly, I'm kind of sad that Udyr's not going to see the light of day for that long. Because, once you start nerfing him, he becomes useless. But it was cool that he got his time in the light, and it was a lot longer than I thought it would be. I don't think this puts him in the ground, 6 feet deep. I think it puts him 3 feet deep, but he's definitely worse after this, for sure. Specifically, I'm looking at what they did to Phoenix. This is ridiculous. That's a lot of damage they're taking off. But whatever. Anyway, Viego. Viego has to be one of the most buggy champions in League I've ever fucking seen. This shit's hilarious. Do I think he's good? Yes. Do I think he's fun? Yes. He absolutely murks tanks. It's ridiculous how much just health damage he could put out. I played him. He feels cool. You feel like you're just fucking slashing people apart. It's fucking nice. However, I feel like in a team fight, you have to play it like an assassin. And if you're not careful, you just fucking die. And as the jungler, excuse me, when you play a squishy jungler, you're kind of in my opinion, unless you have a tanky support, which those are rare nowadays, you kind of just are fucking your team. Because in my opinion, the jungler needs to be a sort of engage. or at least like not die to one hit. He's basically an assassin. Like, he dies very quickly. And there's been times where I've got horrendously fed. We started team fighting, and then I just die in the team fight. Like, I can kill maybe 1 or 2 people, but I just die. And then at that point, because I took all the kills on my team, nothing happens, so, and we lose. So I feel like maybe you need a split push with him if you're going jungle. I haven't played him in lane yet. I don't expect it to be that great, but because he seems really squishy but really strong. He's like a glass cannon, honestly, and he's really fun. I just think he's very buggy, and he needs to be maybe buffed a little bit because I want him to be good. He feels okay. He feels okay, but I want him to be better. After teaming with Viego for a while, we've pulled together a few significant bug fixes. Oh, that should add up to a slight nerf. Oh, okay. Viego no longer loses stacks on Magi, Soul Stealer, and Dark Seal when possessing an enemy. Okay, so that's a buff. Fix the bug where Viego could sometimes possess an enemy soul from extreme ranges. Okay, that's fine. That's a good bug fix. Fix the bug where Viego would sometimes instantly possess souls without the 1 second cast time. Okay, that's that was pretty cool. I never saw that, but that seems pretty strong. Okay, and the passive. Viego no longer dodges turret shots that are in the air while he starts possessing the animation. That sucks. One of the main things about Viego is that he could dodge a tower shot or 2. Even though the tower still targets him after he possesses someone, it was kind of cool that you could kind of like dodge one. It's like Master Yi's Q, in my opinion. I'm sad they took that away. That's kind of some of his skill ceiling. But whatever, I still think Viego's okay. They didn't really change his strength or weakness, so he's kind of the same. Murmana, I'm not reading all this shit. All you have to know is that it's weak. So what are they doing? It's dealing less damage with your basic. Melee attacks deal more damage. Okay, so it's worse on ranged. Oh, wait. Oh, ranged abilities deal... Okay. All abilities also deal plus 6% total AD as bonus damage against champion. What? Huh? Let me read this shit. Murmana heavily overlaps as both in stats and use cases. The bad difference between the two. So it's more on abilities? What? So they want Murmana to really help you with abilities, not autos, and Essence to help you with the 1 auto spell proc. This is stupid as hell. I mean, it's gonna do more damage with abilities, which is good for spell slingers, aka Ezreal. But god, this is weird. Like, ugh. Seems so weird. From what it used to be. Like, Murmana used to be just buffing your autos. Now it's the complete opposite. Stridebaker. I feel like this item is ass. I don't understand the active. And I feel like people just get it for, like, no reason. Like, I don't understand why people get this fucking item. I feel like this item just sucks. So, Stridebaker's dash didn't feel as powerful as its slash. I feel like it's never powerful. They're bouncing both while aiming for a power neutral change. So, the dash range is going up, which I wouldn't even call this thing a dash. I would call this like a step from what it was. Like, you literally just stepped forward and then did like a little fucking damage AoE. I feel like calling this a dash was very generous. Halting / dash speed. So you're doing it slightly quicker. You're going slightly farther. And then the slow decay is less. And it does a lot less damage. I don't think the damage was anything. I more saw it as like a gap closer that just wasn't a gap closer. It was just ass. And they're actually making it a gap closer now, which I think is the right move. I think this is a great buff to it. Oh boy, and here we go with Senna nerf. So, Jinso's Rageblade, right? Certain champions, like Senna, aka only Senna, benefit too much from Jinso's Rageblade, when you consider the fact that its crit strike chance can scale over 100%, which was what it did for Yasuo and Yone as well, and they took that out because they didn't like that. And it ignores crit damage modifiers. We're adding some rules to it to circumvent these edge cases, aka Senna. Allowing for more item diversity, which means they don't want Senna to be played and do damage, and help us better tune the item to be usable for more of the roster. AKA, we're only going to get rid of it for certain characters, and it's not going to be used by any new people, so what we're saying is a complete lie. Speaking of Senna, now her passive can no longer give her above 100% crit strike chance, and any excess crit is converted into lifesteal at the same rate. So technically it's a sort of buff for Senna, but it's a huge nerf, because what you're losing and what you're gaining is not equivalent. Convert every 1% critical strike chance into 2 bonus physical damage on hit. Wrath's on-hit damage conversion is now affected by critical strike chance modifiers. So they kind of nerfed it twice too, which means Jin shouldn't really be getting this either. I don't think he should have gotten in the first place, but it's probably even worse on him now too. Anyway, Jinso's sucks ass on Senna. Senna's nerfed. But she has more life still, ha ha ha. Serpentis Fang. I don't even know what the fuck this item does. Serpentis Fang is powerful but underwhelming and confusing. Yeah, I don't even know what it does. Imagine grievous wounds for shields but with extra profits. Dealing damage to enemy champion reduces any shields they gain by 50%. Or 25 for ranged. Okay. When you damage an enemy who is unaffected by shield reaver, reduce all shields on them by 50%. Wait, what? Isn't that the same thing? I don't get it. When you deal damage to an enemy champion, it reduces any shields they gain by 50 or 25 for the next few seconds. When you damage an enemy who is unaffected by shield reaver, they reduce all shields on them by 50%. I guess it means all shields they have on them at the moment. That's so weird. Okay, this is weird. I think this item is just stupid. It's so niche. Like, it's literally just for shields. I don't even know who would build this. Assassins, ADs. I don't even know what it gives. This item's ass. Maw is getting buffed because it was too expensive and no one used it. Cool. Black Cleaver. I'm kind of sad about this, actually. I know what this changes. So, adjusting Black Cleaver to better suited for longer fights while packing it with more of a punch for its cost. So, they're reducing the cost. They're buffing the health, but now you're not dealing any more damage with it. You're just getting move speed. And I'm kind of sad by that. I like that Black Cleaver did damage. So, that's a little sad. I think it's a little worse, honestly. In-game shop updates. Introducing starter bundles. That's really cool. So basically you could buy your pot, your ward, and your starting item all with one click. Super cool. The font rendering has been improved. Cool. To show bug fixes, Shirley's battle song. I don't care. Cool. So the shop is okay. Bug fixes, I don't care. Upcoming skins, I talked about these. I love Yubi. Okay, overall, pretty boring patch. Nothing really got changed. Nothing really did anything good. Besides maybe Kogmaw. Most I'd give this patch is like a 6 out of 10 Mark Merrills. Most of these patches have been shit. But anyway, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks when I complain about the new skins that are getting released. Although they're original, I hate who they're for. But anyway, I'm out of here. 6 out of 10 Mark Merrills. This patch sucks.